My roommate is a nightmare, so I want to warn my friends about her. I am really lost on what to do about my nightmare roommate. We have been friends for nearly our entire lives, but now that we moved into an apartment together, her behavior towards me has changed a lot. While we are really good half of the time, the other half, and it's been slowly increasing, I am constantly walking on eggshells. By the way, this comes from the Bug04 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. Is this the Bug in our chat? Bug,
the
let
Bug?
us know. Let us know. Let us know. I think she may have some sort of mental illness, and while I have encouraged her to get help whenever she makes comments, she thinks she doesn't need any. I get verbally and emotionally attacked every week, and I'm exhausted. That is not fun.
No.
The problem is we were supposed to room.
Sorry. I just looked at this person's profile and they go to NC State University, which I know where that is.
What?
North Carolina State.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
The problem is that we were supposed to room with our two close friends next semester. They were friends at first, but when Eleanor started at our college, I introduced her to them and we all meshed together really well. I believe Eleanor is the roommate in question. I think we'll confirm that in a second. After everything that I will describe below, I decided that I will not live with Eleanor again, no matter what. She has been borderline emotionally abusive, and I'm pretty sure she did something to my emotional support animal. Legit ESA prescribed by my psychiatrist for severe anxiety and depression. Oh, this Eleanor, you're about to get some hating because that's heinous.
That is heinous.
I am the type of person
Don't
who will
touch
take
the doggy.
Well, yeah, right?
Is it a dog?
It's a doggy.
Okay.
Or
It's just an animal.
It's an animal. But, you know,
That's not. It's messed up.
it's the puppy in the sense of it's sweet
Yeah.
babe. Sweet babe. I know, Riley. Nobody just
talking to
still
Sophia.
I just wanted to know if it was a dog.
Well, it was banter, so
It was a
you could have held your question for later. Go on.
Oh my gosh. So I am the type of person who will take a lot of crap, a recovering people pleaser, lol. But when it comes to those I care about the most, I am extremely protective. It has been freaking aching me not to talk to friend number one about it because we talk about everything together. And she also has a pet that I worry about being in harm's way with Eleanor. I don't want to cause drama or gossip though, which is the problem. They are her friends too, and I feel guilty for talking crap and saying things about her behind her back. For the sake of the story, I will be giving people nicknames. My pet will be Mocha. My roommate will be Eleanor. So before I get into what happened on Friday morning, the smoking gun moment thing, I should give you all a little bit of background. Over the past few months, she's been getting more and more anxious and aggressive in the apartment. She gets really angry at me over a lot of little things and then takes them out on me, such as the one time I washed a dish with tomato sauce. Washing the dish with tomato sauce?
I think it had tomato sauce in it.
It had tomato sauce on it.
I'm saying it was a pan. Sorry, I know it's before 3 minutes, but it is a, you know those pan, iron pan. It's an iron pan and you can't wash it with cast iron. Thank you, cook. And you have to wash it without soap.
You got to do it a certain way.
Maybe. Opie says it was mostly water at this point in it, and it went down the drain because it might clog the drain. Okay, washed a tomatoey dish that might clog the drain. Run the disposal
run
thing.
The disposal.
Yeah. And like tomatoes are mainly water too.
Yeah.
So.
Also, if it's tomatoes, I don't know.
She got irritated that our friend called her to check up on her the other day, and it ruined her schedule for the day.
She's like,
How dare you check in on me?
You almost could have destroyed the sink. I'm upset all day.
On that note, she almost got mad because I did the dishes for her one time, and that ruined her schedule for the day. How dare you? How dare you?
How freaking dare you?
I literally did the dishes for her and baked brownies because I knew she was having a stressful day and I wanted to help.
No.
Unacceptable. Whenever we are in the apartment together, she gets irritated a lot of the time if I talk to her. She spends the majority of her time playing her Switch in bed or studying and rarely ever wants to talk or spend time with me. Before becoming roommates, we discussed that we are both going to be fairly social and would like spending some time every day just talking and stuff. But it turns out she lied.
She didn't want to talk to you.
And she's a dirty liar. Dare I say dirtier than that tomatoey dish.
Disgusting.
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 The only reason I ever wanted to be in our apartment was because I had Mocha, the emotional support animal, there to keep me company and help me with my anxiety.
What is Mocha?
We don't know. A little bit. I get extremely anxious in the apartment because I always seem to be walking on eggshells to appeal to Eleanor, who will take it out on me whenever she is in a bad mood. Literally anytime something has gone wrong with an exam or her schedule gets messed up, everything ends up being my fault and she starts crying and going off of me. Also, again, to remind you, her schedule being disrupted is her friend checking up on her,
Yeah.
OP doing the dishes and baking her brownies. These are the activities that gets her schedule messed up.
Yeah, this is too far.
Oh, you saved me time and made me a tasty treat. Schedule's I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
Brownies sound good.
Right? Focus. Everything ends up being my fault and she starts crying and going off on me. Then not even 15 minutes after she finishes, she will be completely back to her normal self. It's really draining and anxiety inducing. Even typing this out, my heart is beating through my chest. I feel crazy too because roughly half the time she is a good and caring roommate / friend / roommate, while the other half she is literally psycho and has me in fear for my safety. It's gotten worse and worse throughout the semester as her fits of anxiety and anger happen more and more. I think the best way to describe how awful it's been recently is to type out what happened the week I decided to get the heck out of Dodge and commute the last few days before winter break. So it seems like OP skipped town, like maybe like went to her parents' house or something.
Yeah.
But in Eleanor's eyes, you abandoned me.
Which, again, this is like your roommate. That's not your partner. You don't get to say, you have to stay here.
Really? I can leave?
Even if I want all of my roommates to never leave, I legally have to let them go.
You're down 2 right now.
I know, it's upsetting.
But
They're not even here for my New Year's party.
You abandoned me. You abandoned me.
It's true. That's how I feel. I feel like this little worm.
Oh.
Just sad.
On to the week that changed everything. I think this is basically an update.
Dum, dum, dum.
Monday, I brought Mocha this week.
What is
It's an emotional support dog.
No. Oh, okay. It's a dog?
Yep. It's a dog.
Not the drink.
Yep.
To be clear.
No,
With
I was
brown
saying
fur.
like, hey, what is it? What is it? I want to know what it is.
Oh, I thought you were
Iced.
saying like, who is Mocha?
Oh no.
Iced with almond milk.
Cheers to that. I bring her every week so that Eleanor doesn't have to deal with the horrible noise all the time because I was extra stressed out and I really needed her to help me be grounded because she's a huge part of my therapy and coping mechanisms. Eleanor already didn't seem super happy that Mocha was there, but I hadn't had Mocha there in 2 weeks, so I figured it was just her usual reaction to being thrown off of her strictly planned schedule. But if OP, I feel like if OP breathes, it'll throw Eleanor off. What is the schedule? Like,
I don't know.
Mocha was being very well behaved, and I didn't notice anything unusual out of her, so I was surprised when Eleanor began having problems with her so early on in the week. I walked in, and Eleanor wasn't there, so I just cared for Mocha before heading out for a basketball game that I was running late for. I waited outside for a few minutes, and on my way out, Mocha wasn't loud, so I left in good conscience. She never said anything that night, just that she made some noise when Eleanor was out in the living room, but Eleanor also walked out there and didn't say hi or anything and just ignored Mocha, which is something I repeatedly have told her is not helpful because Mocha will get really upset. Keep in mind, we had also had this conversation prior to agreeing to live together, which I think is important context. It's like, hey, Mocha will make noise, I guess, if you don't acknowledge her or something like that, or sorry, acknowledge them. And
Time out.
everyone's like in agreement. What?
Out.
Are we finding out what
What's up?
Mocha is? Mocha. What are you, Mocha? Mocha's a pet! Okay, see, this was like relevant. It wasn't just a dog. Mocha's been a parrot this whole time, and you probably like, oh my God, Sophia, why is she bringing it up? Mocha's probably a freaking dog.
Aw.
No, Mocha's a parrot. And that was relevant information because now we know that like Mocha's probably pretty freaking loud.
Yeah.
Mocha's probably like,
She might be a little squawking,
yeah.
you know?
Eleanor, why aren't you talking to me, Eleanor?
Right? Oh, wait. Is that a video of Mocha? Can we?
Aw, Mocha's really cute. I think Mocha's
We don't
sleeping. Oh,
Oh.
It's not doing really anything.
I want some squawking.
Whitney Anderson did call it. Mocha is a parrot. Haha.
Ha ha ha.
I don't think it has like a name. It doesn't attach its name here though.
It's mocha.
I mean,
Why would you call it mocha?
Hey, I was wondering if you could help me. I've been attempting.
Oh, no. Okay.
I'm confused.
it seems to the best we can figure out.
That's probably mocha.
OP
Has a parrot.
has a parrot, but we think it's mocha because it's only.
We think so.
We're not 100% sure, but that's as far as we can tell. The parrot is mocha. Anywho, back to the story. So keep in mind, we also had this conversation prior to agreeing to live together, and I have a binder she has access to detailing what will help with noise and what sets Mocha off. Well,
Noise.
that's
Yep.
detailed. Tuesday, I woke up that morning, and she said something, but due to my sleeping disorder, I didn't process it. When you get to Thursday, you will see that I wish I had processed it at that moment because I would have ran out of there. Nothing else really happened on Tuesday. I was back and forth a little bit because I had a doctor's appointment that morning, but there wasn't really any tension or anything because both of us were up and moving. The only thing is that I had Mocha up late, which probably didn't help by making Mocha irritable the next day. I had a really bad sleeping disorder moment and accidentally fell asleep in the living room with the lights on. For context, Wednesday, I got a text from her after my tutoring session that Mo was apparently being pissy. I rushed back as quickly as I could, and when I got there, Mocha was dead silent, not a peep. Not a peep. When I walked in, Mocha greeted me with a happy chirp, and that was it.
Chirp.
That even more corroborated evidence
Firms.
that Mocha is the bird.
Bird.
The TV was no longer on for her. It shuts off itself sometimes, and the lights were not fully on, but she was silent. I mention those things because Mocha will only persistently make noise if the lights are off. She doesn't like the dark when it's not bedtime. If she is actively being ignored, she thinks you have forgotten about her, or if she is bored because the TV or music is turned off. I love that she needs to listen to TV or music.
She needs her news.
Let's get Subway Surfer ASAP for little Mocha.
Let's put her on OK Storytime.
Hey, join the stream. Join chat, Mocha. And she is stuck in the silence. I also accidentally had Mocha up late that night, but now I'm home. I really don't think it was because I accidentally had her up late last night, and she was perfectly fine. When I got home from tutoring, I noticed that Eleanor's behavior was off. And I asked her if she was okay, and she just said, yeah.
That's it?
That's it. So I figured if something had happened, she would tell me. I ended up sitting out in the living room, trying to avoid her in her mood to avoid getting lashed out at. I was sitting on the couch with Mocha on my shoulder when Eleanor came huffing out of the room. Mocha walked herself into her cage and hid behind me. This is a really weird behavior for Mocha. She never puts herself in her cage unless she has to poo-poo or needs to drink some water. She normally, though, will just go to the top of her cage since it has a little playground up top. Eleanor came to the room with a really aggressive energy and was just acting really weird, so I asked her if she was okay, and she lost it.
Eleanor.
What did OP do? Make you cookies this time? I hate chocolate chip. Give me macadamia nut. It's not what I want. She started off by saying that she was mad because our friend had called and it messed up her schedule, her perfect, pristine schedule. That she had planned for the afternoon. On top of that, her homework wasn't the exact kind of assignment she thought it was going to be.
And that's OP's fault.
That's all OP's freaking faults. Then she started going on about how Mocha was being irritable when she was talking on the phone, and no matter where she stood in the house, she couldn't satiate her. When I tried asking if she had acknowledged her or if the TV/lights were on, she reported, "It isn't on me to comfort your bark."
Which is somewhat true.
Somewhat true. I guess the only thing there is they had
talked about it before.
Agreed upon it. And you know what? She has a whole binder, and
Yeah.
I'm sure communicated that's there and
Yeah.
everything else. So it's like at that point, you're kind of only hurting yourself by not
Yeah.
using the tools like the binder at your disposal.
Yeah.
But yes, it's also not her responsibility. I digress. I completely understand her thought process behind that. I never asked her to comfort Mocha. I only asked that she was courteous and polite because that way Mocha wouldn't feel so scared or threatened. She then talked about how she doesn't like Mocha and said that she wasn't going to talk to me anymore because she didn't want to be a bee to me, and proceeded to ignore me for the night. I love how she's like, hey, I don't want to be a bee to you, so I'm just going to completely ignore you and never acknowledge you and
I'm
never
literally
talk
not
to
going
you.
to talk to you.
That's great behavior.
Effective communication.
Yeah. No communication. This was so weird because when I first got home, she was sitting in the room and talking and laughing on the phone with her family about the same crap that happened during the day that she ended up bishing at me about only a few minutes later. Well, a little while later, she came out to eat a snack at the table and had a mini conversation with me while acting completely normal. She even started complimenting my bag I had and was being super cheerful. Like the happy light just went off in her head. I began talking to my mom that night about looking for options for living next year because I was so tired of her random blow-ups, and I felt like no matter what I did or whether or not Mocha was present, she was always taking out issues on me.
I think that's the solution.
Yeah. So and OP's talking about working with her mom to find herself
a new place. Yes.
A new place. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's a solution. I think there's not that much you can do in terms of like talking to her because it seems like she's pretty unreasonable. So I think at this point it's like just move out, find a new roommate.
Yeah, and like they probably have some sort of lease or anything. But hey, you know what? Start planning now so you can get out as quickly and effectively as possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you can do. She really scared me that time because when she was talking about how she didn't like Mocha and that she was lost as to how Mocha didn't like her. Geez, when you act the way you have acted, I wonder why. I also think it's very interesting and also cute that the bird is so like emotionally attuned.
Mm-hmm.
That Mocha is so emotionally attuned.
Mm.
I don't know much about birds.
They can be very clever.
I'm learning today. They're very smart.
Mm-hmm.
Such smart.
Crows are very smart.
That's true. Crows probably know.
Crows know things.
How you feel.
I don't like crows. Growing up, they'd always steal the corn in our field, so we would always have to like shoot them. Scarecrows didn't work, so what we had to do is we had to get little tiny pieces of wood like this and spread them across the rows of corn and then have like 2 wires, one this way, one the other way, so if they go to land, it would get in their feet and then they'd like freak out and go away.
Oh, ouch.
It didn't hurt them. It just like, you know how cat doesn't like to like land on aluminum foil?
Sure, I got
It's like that kind of effect.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very smart. Eleanor was clenching her fists and turning red.
Oh, man.
Redder. Come on.
Keep going.
I kind of did it though, right?
Your turn, Sophia.
Just I'm lightheaded. Your angry face is so funny. Oh, there he is. There he
Looks
is.
like you're having a seizure.
Oh, wow. Golly. We did too good of a job on that. My gosh. She was clenching her fist and turning red, which really scared me. Makes sense. I should have never left Mocha alone with her again. I will beat myself up every day for letting Mocha be in the same room with her alone.
What happened to Mocha?
After that, put a very, very tragic ICU in the comments.
No. Mocha, no!
Yeah, I will say there are no more pictures on Reddit of Mocha after this post.
Spoilers. Thursday. I woke up in the morning and immediately went out and stayed with Mocha in the living room, keeping her calm.
Okay.
Once Eleanor was awake, I took out the trash after triple checking I was okay because Mocha might get mad and noisy for a minute. She didn't. And Eleanor was acting like she had never been bothered by the noise, and I was perfectly fine because it was such a short period of time. I also love how OP is Mocha's emotional support person.
Yeah.
It's cute.
It's mutual.
Oh, it's going to make it even sadder.
Oh, my God.
She left around 1 p.m. and I ended up staying home for my first class to get work done and to stay with Mocha because I had a group that night and I didn't want her to be upset and possibly upset Eleanor again because I emotionally could not handle being yelled at again. Eleanor ended up going to a friend's house to study, which really ticked me off because I am pretty darn sure that she went over there to talk crap to them about Mocha and make it seem like Mocha is so terrible because we were all supposed to room together next year. Yeah, she's talking crap to the other two, friend number 1 and 2 they were planning on living with. When I was leaving my last class, she texted me asking if I was on my way home and whether or not Mocha would be okay to be by herself for a minute, which really confused me because she has never ever seemed to care about Mocha like that. The only way she has ever been kind or caring to Mocha is when she uncovers her cage if she wakes up before I do, but that's more for Eleanor's well-being because Mocha will get upset if you are in the room walking around and doing things. If she's covered, it's scary not being able to see what's going on. It makes sense. It's like, hey, why am I still in the dark? What's going on? I told her no, that Mocha was perfectly fine and asked how she had been behaving. She said that she had been fussy and that she had just been ignoring her with her headphones. Why the heck didn't you do that yesterday? Eleanor, you have solutions, but don't use them. So many solutions we could be using. A few minutes later, after she left, I saw her in her car as my bus arrived. I walk up to the door. It was dead silent. Same condition as yesterday, where she was in the semi-dark, but it was okay. However, I noticed her pacing in her cage, acting really anxious.
She's live. She's live, guys.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, I was worried.
She was pacing in her cage, acting really anxious.
Okay.
Which set me off. I had a religious group that night, but the time Eleanor was supposed to get back was later than my group, so I ended up going. Before I left, though, I comforted Mocha, who felt much better after some snuggles, and I put the TV on and colorful lights for her so she would be happy while I was gone. I also gave her some treats so she wasn't even fazed when I left. I talked to my mom the whole car ride to church because I was an anxious mess. I just knew that Eleanor had done something to Mocha because Mocha had never acted like that, and I felt so selfish for going to church, but I literally didn't know where else to turn because I felt lost and scared. I got back a few hours before Eleanor got home, and I just sat there and tried to come up with a game plan for next year because I had no idea what I was supposed to do after the past 24 hours, but I needed to get Mocha out of there. I made up my mind that no matter what I ended up doing living-wise, Mocha would never be in the apartment with Eleanor again because I knew in my gut that something bad had transpired because there was no other reason that Mocha would be acting like that. So,
what did you do, Eleanor? What did you do?
The moment I saw Mocha pluck a feather out after church, I died a little bit inside because I knew I had failed to protect my baby from that monster, which I guess it's like a
bad sign. It's like a sign of stress, I think.
Yeah. At midnight, she cheerily came into the room and said she needed to talk. Eleanor, not Mocha the bird. And I knew exactly what she wanted to talk about. I had called it earlier when I was talking to my mom that she was going to come back and talk about how living with my bird was too much and she couldn't do it anymore. She approached the conversation by sitting on the opposite side of the couch and placing several pillows in between us. Okay. Which I found odd because pillows were not about to ease the blow of the words being said during this conversation. If the convo details are confusing, I can attach the screenshots of what I sent to my mom. It's hard for me to remember every little detail of the conversation because this is when my medicine for my neurological disorder had just worn off and I was feeling incredibly sleepy and not okay. Also, shout out to Hannah.
Hannah again.
Donating 25 buckaroonies. Shushes in the chat with the very Hannah-esque, short, sweet, to the point caption, Mocha.
Kind of like a Harambe-esque Mocha. You know?
Mocha.
Justice for Mocha.
Protect Mocha at all costs. She started off saying that she's sorry if it's inconvenient for me because I had a busy weekend coming up, but she didn't want to hold in her feelings anymore because she didn't want to be stressed out, think about the conversation all weekend, so she could relax. Not a great start. She knew I had a full work day with both of my jobs, and I literally had my whole weekend jam-packed with work, helping a friend and getting homework done, but apparently my feelings and well-being still don't matter. She began talking once again about how much she hated Mocha and how she didn't think that she could live with her again. She almost slipped up and nearly said that she had decided after Anjali said something, which I believe is maybe one of the two friends they were moving to, but then quickly recovered, correcting herself, and she said she knew after being in the quiet at Anjali's house. She said a few more things about just not liking the noise Mocha makes and being confused about her yelling because I don't know why she wants my attention if she doesn't seem to like me. I don't know how to comfort her. Ma'am, she is...
There's a big old binder.
Big old binder? And listen, maybe Mocha knows a few words and it's cute. Maybe Mocha can, chirp and communicate. But Mocha is a bird. Not only are you two having problems communicating with English, Mocha at least does not know the full English dictionary. I'm assuming.
I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this.
She's like, I don't know. She just doesn't like me. I don't know how to comfort her. You can't talk to the bird and figure it out. Like it's a bird.
Yeah.
It's a parrot. And yes, you can, John.
Parrot. I'm saying Mocha probably doesn't know. Mocha can't have a talk you would have like with a therapist.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
I don't know.
No.
Mocha, are you doing okay?
Yes.
Mocha, you want to go outside? Yes.
I don't really. Yeah. Okay.
I love your Mocha voice.
Mocha, do you feel emotionally supported today? Yes. Fuck you. Yes. You know, like that's how you can have a conversation
Dude, now
with
I just
it.
want to watch freaking cute parrot videos, right? Of them like talking. Dude, they're so good at dancing with their little heads.
That's true. And then it starts to dance. Dude, parrots are fine.
I wouldn't want to live with a parrot though. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep. I live with a Bigfoot.
What?
And Sam at night he'll stomp her.
Oh.
I go, "Ba, ba, 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 ba."
Yeah,
We go,
yeah.
Sam. And he goes,
Stomper.
what? It's just the hallway.
He's a big old stepper.
Yeah, but I'm ready for this
Big
year because I need to get
stepper.
up earlier, so he's gonna help me.
There we go.
Wow.
Your alarm clock
Yeah,
is
I get up
Sam's
whenever
feet.
Sam gets up.
That is
It's like
true.
6.
Yeah, we should just like go out for a walk after that and be like, oh,
Sure.
we're all up.
Let's do it. That's what Sam and I've been doing.
That's cute.
That's cute. Now, I don't know why she wants my full attention if it doesn't seem like me. I don't know how to comfort her. This part really ticked me the heck off. Because like I stated earlier, I made it very clear what would help, and she made it very clear that she was not willing to do that. She then prodded me to respond, and I told her that I wasn't comfortable saying anything right in that moment because I have a lot of emotions going through my head, and I don't want to say anything that I will regret that will make God unhappy. Not for the good man upstairs.
And we know OP is religious because she went to a religious event.
That's true. Also, that's
In church.
I kind of like saying like, I don't want to say anything that would make God unhappy right now. That's just kind of
Amen.
If I keep speaking, I'll upset the good Lord, so I'm going to shut my mouth.
Hallelujah.
Use the good Lord's name in vain.
Now she kept prying, and there were a few other things said. She kept prying about my thoughts, and I made a few comments that I'm not particularly proud of because I was extremely irritated and felt concerned.
Cornered.
True. She brought up her previous point.
No. Read it again.
What?
Not concerned. Cornered.
She kept prying about my thoughts, and I made a few comments that I'm not particularly proud of because I was extremely irritated and felt cornered.
True.
And here I was thinking, Sophia was like, oh, yeah, she's like cornered.
She's
I'm
cornered.
like, dude, you're so right.
I know.
Like, I bet OP
It's almost
feels
like I
that
know
way.
exactly how OP
It's
feels.
Almost like
they
OP
wrote
literally
that.
said that.
Yeah.
But then I literally couldn't comprehend enough to
Yeah.
read the word right.
Yeah.
Well, she brought up her previous point about Mocha not liking her stuff, and she said she was fine with Mocha staying for the semester since she agreed to it. So
Whoa.
angry. Mocha injustice. But she didn't want to live with her next year. My petty, spiteful booty clapped back with, well, I've tried telling you ways to calm her down, but you said you weren't interested in calming her down, so I don't know what to tell you. Luckily, you don't have to worry about her anymore because I will be taking Mocha home tomorrow, and she will not be returning. I'm not sure what happened, but she has been acting anxious and scared, and I can visibly see she is picking up on the tension and hatred when you walk in the room. I understand she's a bird, but she can pick up on negativity and hostility because it's in your body language.
Mm-hmm.
We're not done yet. Every time you address her or speak to her, you're negative and act cold, and I don't want her in an environment where she feels that way. I also can tell something happened this week, and I'm not sure what, but obviously she isn't safe here. Therefore, I will be taking her home because I'm not comfortable. I'm not awake. I am not feeling good because I am not comfortable with her being here anymore. I am looking for other opportunities for apartments, and I have had several people offer to live with me next semester, and I will be looking into living with them because obviously this isn't working.
Whoa!
Freaking drop.
Oh!
I mean, honestly, everything Opie said was great. I felt like,
Yeah.
what do you think? Like, was there anything that was communicated too harshly or crossing the line or anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Right?
I don't think so.
Like, the only thing wrong about this is she's going to be like, you are ruining my schedule.
Yeah, that's
Like,
it. All comes down to the schedule.
She's just going to have a completely stupid, completely unnecessary overreaction. Eleanor is.
Yeah, but she was gonna have that regardless of whether or not you brought this up. So I feel like just getting this off your chest and being like, you know what? We're not living together. Don't worry. Like, because I think the whole time Eleanor's been like, I don't want to live another year with a parrot. Blah 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 blah. And Opie's like, don't you freaking worry. You won't be.
Yeah. Like, honestly, great communication on
Yeah.
Opie's part. Like, I feel like she broke down everything without making the big man upstairs mad, if I do say so myself. She then chimed in with the fact that she understands that I have to obviously consider my mental health and stuff when it comes to next year. And I cut in that I am going to be concerned about the well-being of my bird as well. If it comes to picking between you and my bird, I will pick my bird 10 times out of 10 because she has done more for me than most people ever have.
Mm-hmm.
As we've discussed before, she's a huge part of my therapy, hence why she's registered as my emotional support animal. And as I've told you, has literally been the one to snap me out of it when I have self-harming thoughts. She is my priority and will always be my priority. Eleanor.
Just trying to think of that. The bird is just like, hey, be happy.
Yeah. Happy bird.
Thoughts.
Mocha happy.
And Opie's like, I'm cured.
See? Boom.
See?
Mocha's honestly,
Mocha's the best.
like Mocha's the Goda.
Yeah.
Mocha's the Goda. She kind of got teary after that. Eleanor did.
Aww.
And I definitely went a little far, but after 3 minutes of continuous prying and me telling her that I wasn't ready, I just snapped. She then nodded her head and tried reassuring me that she wouldn't do anything to Mocha and that she's not sure what happened. And I responded with a very clearly sarcastic, I trust you.
I trust you.
I trust you.
It sounds like Opie doesn't trust them.
I agree.
If I were to read into that.
If I were to read into the part where she said, I said it sarcastically,
Yeah.
I would have to agree with you, Sophia.
Thank you.
Astute observation.
Thank you.
Which shut her up for a minute because she knew I didn't trust her at all.
See, I was right.
No way. She mentioned she understood about the whole living thing, and I told her that I would much rather live with Mocha instead because I'm tired of the constant drama and I'm emotionally exhausted because no matter what I do, it's always something, which is absolute facts.
Mm-hmm.
She tried to wash a dish and make you brownies and you go off on her. Come on now. She said she understood, and I told her that it didn't matter because by Mocha no longer being at the apartment, there was nothing keeping me at the apartment, so don't expect me to be there because I won't be there. Is OP at this very moment, at this point, twisting the knife, kicking her while her down just a little bit?
I feel like she's probably just like so fed up and it's all kind of coming out. You know?
I think you're right. I think it's so pent up, and while she might be seemingly reasonable now, that she's not really. So the apartment was no longer a home space to me without Mocha because all she ever does is ignore me and get mad at me when I try to have social time. When we talked about moving into the apartment, we talked about having times where we did homework and watched movies and stuff together. But all she wants to do nowadays is ignore me. It's her favorite hobby, apparently.
Dang.
So don't expect me to just sit around and be isolated. Yeah, you can't expect me to just sit on my freaking booty.
My booty.
Not live my life just because you want to, your favorite hobby is schedule. Yeah. From her schedule is wake up at 8 a.m.
Wake up.
8:01 a.m. Ignore OP.
Mm-hmm.
Keep doing that. 12 p.m.
It's like
Stop
the Grinch
ignoring, go to sleep.
schedule. You know, like in the movie The Grinch. Have you seen The Grinch?
I have seen The Grinch.
Yeah, where he's
Jim
like,
Carrey version, right?
Yeah, he's like, wake up and have breakfast. 2 p.m. Wallow in self-pity.
Yes.
And that's it.
That is literally Eleanor's schedule,
Mhm,
though.
mhm.
That was great reference. I told her that I grew up in a loving home where we spent a lot of quality time together, ate meals, watched movies, or just did our separate things in the same space so we could all still be together. I'm not used to the silence and being isolated in my own home, so I'm not just gonna sit in the apartment to be ignored and yelled at.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely at one point added that if she wants to isolate herself, that's fine. But I was done, okay? She then finally understood that I was too irritated to be polite and asked me if I wanted space. So nice of you to consider my feelings after stating them for the 6th time in this conversation. She then said that she loved me, which I scoffed.
Whoa.
Because no one who loves somebody would treat them the way that she's treated me this semester.
That's true. I'm reading this book by Bell Hooks, all about love. And she
Wow.
says abuse and love cannot coexist.
That is a very true statement.
Mm-hmm.
Bars. Bores. She then said she loved me again, and I dryly said it back. I love you. She then walked out of the room and went to sleep immediately while I was stuck crying and staring at the ceiling for an hour and a half because I was so upset and lost. I went to the room, grabbed my pajamas and my blanket, and slept on the couch because Mocha was really anxious. Oh, she's like sleeping near Mocha to give her
Comfort.
Yeah. I guess you probably can't move. Maybe the cage is too heavy to bring into a room or something.
Probably.
I don't know. Yet also comforting me and being present, I texted my mom about everything and was so lost I turned to my Bible, which ended up on Ephesians 4:26 through 27. Did I say that right, Riley?
Mm-hmm.
A motivational verse that talks about not letting your anger win and giving the devil a foothold. Not today, Satan. Me and Mocha are on the case. I ended up praying for like 30 minutes and put Mocha to bed. I didn't end up falling asleep until 3 on the couch and woke up roughly 20 minutes in the span of 3 hours. Friday. We have reached what I believe is the fateful last day, and I would be remiss if we didn't break down a little bit before.
Let's break it down.
First question, has OP made any missed moves so far?
Sorry, I got distracted by the alarm.
Indeed.
What?
Has OP made any blunders?
I doesn't seem so. I think OP got upset, which, I mean, like, in a perfect world, OP would have been able to, express her feelings without getting all emotional and stuff. But people are emotional beings, and she's been kind of hurt over and over. And so I don't think I can say that she's done anything wrong in expressing her emotions.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like what you said, like when you get pushed to a point where it's like, okay, all right, I'm going to let a lot. And you know what? When she was sharing everything, I don't think she said anything that crossed the line.
Anything she said was like super hurtful.
It was just honest.
Yeah.
It was hurtful because it was true, and what she's done to her is really bad, and like, messing with Mocha. And again, they had this agreement.
Mm-hmm.
They OP really gave her the tools to be able to, like, hey, if Mocha's bothering you, here's a binder. I'm sure that OP said many, many times, like, you communicated to her, hey, turn on the TV, do this, all things that are pretty easy to do. And if that gets her to, quiet down, and why not do it? Why not help yourself?
Literally.
But I feel like she wants something to ruin her schedule.
I think so. I think she's trying to create her own problems. They're manufactured.
Wow. Straight out the freaking factory, hot off the presses.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I agree with your agreement to my agreement.
And I agree with that. So yeah, OP's doing everything right.
Yeah, I think so.
Try to move out as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Good thing you communicated with Eleanor, and just try to protect Mocha and have your time in the apartment be lived as best as possible. Is there like a travel cage? Can we take Mocha with us anywhere?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I assume so. You can
little shoulder
like
action?
Cage. Yeah.
Would be cute.
Yeah.
You can have a little cage.
I saw a guy driving here right before Christmas that had his big old kitty on his shoulder. Like a parrot.
I love that.
Just saying. It can be done. But let's get into our final day.
Let's do it.
Ooh.
Friday.
HE double hockey sticks week.
Whew. And this could be where something really bad happens.
No.
Don't
say that.
No. Okay, go.
Friday. I did not talk to her. I wanted nothing to do with her. She tried talking to me once, but I was a bee and curt because I was not in the mood. I stayed up. I think OP's version of like being curt and mean is like, you're really frustrating and I just don't like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Very kind.
I stayed as late as I could before my first job, so that way the maximum amount of time she could be with Mocha would be an hour. She didn't say anything about Mocha, and we didn't end up talking. I decided that I was commuting for the rest of the semester and taking my break from the apartment early, so I took all of my stuff home, including practically everything in the fridge since I bought it all. She was too lazy to go to the grocery shopping, so she had been mooching off of me.
That's very strange that she's just taking your food.
Right? Which I didn't mind that much until she started snapping at me and was being mean all week. Dude, you literally could have had a free lunch and ate it too. Silly. When I finished cleaning out the fridge, I had one of those huge storage buckets full of my food from the fridge, freezer, and pantry. All that was left was literally some condiments, a sandwich wrapped in foil, and my stale vanilla wafers that I didn't have room for. I love vanilla wafers though. I was just annoyed in general and feeling petty, so I acted on that.
Acted on what?
Well, I was packing everything that I use on a daily basis, even some of the stuff we jointly use because it was mine and I was going to need it. Mocha was fine and we went home. I went to work and felt like absolute crap the whole time I was there. My brother was the only one who knew the details about what had happened, and I literally just kept hugging him because I really needed a hug after being so emotionally drained. I'm a total liar. I lied to Riley. I lied to Sophia. I lied to everyone, chat, everyone watching, and you know what? Even to the big man upstairs.
Oh, dude.
God is watching me.
No.
God is watching me. And I lied.
And like it's the Christmas season, so Santa's watching too.
He was a few days ago.
I'm on the naughty list because
on the naughty list.
Friday was not the last day.
Dang it.
Dude, you literally
It's not even the last
edged
day
me.
of the week.
Right? Jellyba says, your name isn't John. Who knows what my name is now? I'm such a liar.
You're such a freaking liar.
I'm such a fibber. I
Probably
could
doesn't
be.
even have an H
It's
in
actually
it.
Jon.
Yeah.
That would be heinous. That's disgusting.
Johnson.
That's disgusting. Well, let's get into this next day. Saturday.
Ugh.
Are there more days? Are there less? We don't know. She walked into work. I got her a job at my work this past summer. Wow, OP is literally the
He's
MVP.
helping
freaking
everybody.
P.
Yeah.
Like, literally, she has lost out on such an amazing friendship. It's crazy. And sat next to me acting like we were completely fine. She had the audacity to ask me about how Mocha was doing.
You don't care.
Right. To which I replied that she was fine now that she was finally safe and okay.
Whoa.
She brought up how she thinks it was maintenance who came Monday before she was acting weird. And I responded with, I'm sure you think it was. And ended up leaving her to go talk to my brother because I just wasn't ready to jump back into things like that. She kept bringing up and asking if I needed her to give me space.
Yes.
The irony.
It's so funny because she's done this multiple times. She's like, "Do you want me to give you space?"
Hey, do you want space? Do you want space? Oh, wait.
Sorry.
Do you want space?
Should I get a little closer to ask you if you want space?
Do you want space? Sorry, wait. Sorry. Do you want
I
space?
just wasn't sure if you needed space or not.
Should I give that to you? Should I
Space.
Should I give you space? Should I do that?
Space.
Space? Let me ask you
Eleanor
this.
keeps. Yeah. Ask me.
She came up to OP at work.
Yeah.
Would it be too much if OP said, like, every time she came up to work, she's like, sorry, I'm not doing this, and like literally runs from her? Would that be too much?
That would be maybe too much.
And why?
Well, they're at work.
Please expound in length. Yeah.
Well, I think they're at work, and you do have to maintain a certain amount of decorum at work, especially if you're, working in the same, area or something. But I think you can still maintain distance while being respectful and stuff. And that's my stuff.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
That was a great, eloquent, and perfectly timed response.
Thank you so much.
I believe. She kept bringing it up, asking if I needed her to give me some space, to which I told her that I didn't because we were at work and being professionals.
Yeah, there we go.
To Sophia's very eloquent, well-explained
Super
point.
eloquent soup point.
There we go. I'm not thinking about the whole thing after exams are over for both of our sakes. So the first time she brought it up, she talked about how I could go ahead and bring my stuff home if I wanted because she would be fine without it for the break. I rolled my eyes and said, I already did that because it was my freaking stuff, bro.
Ooh.
I added the bro part.
Bruh.
She brought it up twice afterwards. Bro, Eleanor does not get when a talking
Girl.
conversation topic
Over.
has finished.
You've beaten it. You've beaten it to the bone.
Dude, where I responded that I wanted to wait until after exams to talk about my feelings and discuss the whole thing both times when Eleanor asked. But then she decides to have control over the situation again and told me that I should just wait until January when I had time to calm down because she knew I had a lot of stuff that I was processing and needed to handle.
Ay.
That part ticked me off because the way she phrased that in person really ticked me off. But she's like, that ticked me off because the way she phrased it ticked me off. Love it. God's watching. The exact way she said it, which I can't remember, implied that this was just me going through something of my own creation, not suffering through the bull crap that she is putting me through. I then said once again, I would be texting her over break when I have space and we have time to process whatever emotions came out of our conversation. I will text her when I am ready because right now I am still processing and trying to get through the finals week of the semester. I am OP's frustration is coursing through my veins right now.
I'm frustrated.
I feel that I have like
I'm PO'd.
I have spiritually like entered like
OP's body.
I am
I'm
like
actually in Mocha's body right now.
Whoa. Mocha, how you doing? Oh, that's so great. I'm so glad you're doing good. What did Eleanor do? Mocha.
Start coming.
Oh, what? I'm scared now. I'm scared, guys. Right now, we haven't talked since I left on Saturday, and I'm not planning on talking to her until I feel because the ball is in my court now.
The ball's in your court.
And I mean, she did say, give me time. Like, she at least communicated that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not done fully processing my feelings and planning for what is to come. I am now having to change plans for living because it was Eleanor and I going into an apartment with two of our friends. However, I refuse to be stuck living in a space with her again because even without Mocha there, she will randomly find things to yell at me about.
Oh, man.
It's true, Sophia.
Still yelling?
She's still yelling.
She's still yelling.
Like Janet Yellen. There was one time I left the crock pot on the counter to cool after using it, and she got mad at me because I needed to put it up when I'm done.
No.
How dare you? Keep in mind that I made dinner for us and 2 friends that night, and I had done all of my dishes, so she had no reason to be angry about anything to do with me cooking. Yeah, you freaking put away the crock pot.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
If I'm cooking for other people, they're cleaning. Okay? They're
Right?
cleaning.
You're a crock not.
Otherwise, if you just made food for yourself and then you didn't put the crock pot away,
Different story.
that's a different story.
Different story. What are you laughing at, Riley? Something funny?
I feel like that's happened before
Really?
here. Never.
Oh, yeah. You can tell by Sophia's face. It's definitely never happened ever. And I definitely have never left out a bowl after eating one bite and then abandoning it for 12 hours while I work during the day. Right? I've never done that, right?
Never.
We can corroborate that.
Never.
I don't do that every day.
Yeah. Usually what I do is like I'll put a pan in the sink and it magically disappears.
Magically.
You know,
Yeah, the pans clean themselves
they
for
really
you
do.
from your perspective.
Yeah, and they go away, and I'm like, oh wow.
Where'd that go?
Don't need to do anything there. Anyways, Opie says it was out of the way so she could reach everything else. It just wasn't cool enough for me to feel comfortable putting it back in the wooden pantry yet. There you go, trying to prevent a freaking fire. Dude. I unfortunately can't move out now because I can't afford to lose the money I would lose, but I do have plans to keep myself out of the apartment or just out of her way while I'm navigating next semester. Smart. I tried talking to housing, but they won't allow me to cancel for the next semester without losing $2,000. Hey, 2,000 big ones.
Pricey.
Not nothing. When I asked about switching rooms, they told me they can't guarantee I'll have any of the apartments available, and I may have to live in a dorm again. I've lost over 11 pounds because of the stress and being afraid to use my own kitchen. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
I've stopped cooking and inviting people over because my anxiety about using things in my own apartment is so bad because I don't want to be yelled at or worse, hurt if she gets to that point. My worry is that if I don't tell my friends, they could potentially end up suffering like I am, and I don't want to do that to them. I have never felt so trapped and cornered in my life. Not concerned, cornered, but probably concerned as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting to the point where I am now constantly being passive aggressive with her and petty because I feel like that's the only way I'm going to get her to step back and give me some space. She still texts me ever so often asking about my plans for going back to the apartment. I'm not. We're on break, and she knew that.
Mm-hmm.
If I can cover her shifts or some random other things that she needs from me. I went back to the apartment once to grab something, and she was there. I literally couldn't even go because I was about to have a panic attack just getting out of my car. Before you are too concerned, I have a therapist, family, church, other friends, and my doctor to monitor my weight. There for my support. We love healthy tackling of problems.
Woo!
Heck yeah. Good on you, OP, for doing that.
Truly.
Even though in my darkest moments, it feels like I'm not going through this entirely alone. That is great here. I will accept any judgment you give me. Please just be kind because I am emotionally exhausted and don't care about how much more negativity and hostility I can take. Mini update. The final update.
I better be getting some bird tax after this, OP.
Yeah.
Some bird tax?
Yep, I need
What?
bird tax. Parrot tax. Yeah, I see pictures of the parrot.
Oh, tax. I thought you meant like bird attacks.
No.
I thought you said tax like you
cat
know,
tax. Like you have to send me pictures of your cat now.
You know, like he is saying tax.
phantom tax, kind of.
Tax. Yeah.
Like you got to send it to me.
The cheese tax.
Shout out to the IRS.
I gotta talk to them.
That's true. Has OP made even one mistake?
No.
Handled it all well, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I agree.
Yeah.
OP's done well. Take notes, honestly, if you're in a similar situation.
Yeah.
Lean on your support network just like OP
Yeah,
is.
tell your friends.
That is a big,
For sure.
that is a big, if you need help, reach out.
Talk to your friends.
Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your doctor, talk to everyone. Call, there are
Talk
hotlines
to a
out there.
doctor today.
Talk to a doctor today. We love to see that. Good stuff. Nice work navigating OP. Let's close this out with the mini
Let's
update.
close it out.
I am currently drafting messages to send to my friends and my roommate. I've had my therapist help me outline them, and
Okay, good.
I love that. I'll have a few people go over them before I send them. Despite me setting firm boundaries, she has continued to message me and try to make things normal. It's frustrating because I've made it clear several times that I need the space. The do not disturb function is coming in handy. By the way, you can not hit do not disturb by tapping our profile and joining our live. We're live on Facebook, YouTube. Just type our profile. Come on in. Hang out with us. Let's have a great freaking time.
Let's do it.
I'm going to text my friends sometime this week, but it depends on what they're doing. Unlike my roommate, I actually care about the timing of things. I don't worry about ruining their schedules. And I don't want to ruin anyone's vacations or stress anyone out during a stressful time. I'll try to update again as things go on, but hopefully it'll be boring because I need a break. God knows it. By the way, I'm doing okay. I'm hanging out with my loved ones. I'm working a lot. So while I haven't had a lot of time to chill, I'm happy and calm. Mocha is also okay. Mocha's made it. And we have a few sentences left. Maybe Mocha's life is in danger. We don't know.
Oh, Mocha!
She has been enjoying home safe and getting all the positive attentions and treats until...
What?
Just kidding.
Oh, thank God. I love to see a happy ending. I love to see Mocha getting what Mocha deserves.
Honestly, OP, I think gold medal in navigating
You
this.
did it. This was a really hard situation.
Really
and there wasn't really anything that you could do in terms of like getting out of there because it was financially tricky and also just like getting off a lease is tricky. But you handled it very well in terms of what you were able to do.
I completely agree.
Props to you.
Great point. And you know what else I love is you all watching this right now. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.